Greetings and salutations to everybody. This is Oscar with OQ Detailing. In today's video, we're gonna do a follow-up on Cerakote's professional ceramic coating, which we applied to this Tesla Model 3. This is their version 2 or the revised version of Cerakote's professional ceramic coating. So we're gonna see how it's holding up, how the hydrophobics are working, and all of that. Now for this test, first we're gonna rinse the vehicle because it's only been 2 weeks. We're not gonna pre-foam it, we're gonna pre-rinse it only. Then we're gonna use our foam cannon and we're gonna do our contact wash. Now Cerakote in their instructions only says that you only need to let it cure for 24 hours before you release it to the elements, but we gave it a 2 full weeks. So we're gonna do 2 weeks, month, 6 month, and a year review to see how this coating works and our thoughts about the coating itself. So for this test, we're going to use Adam's Mega Foam in our foam cannon to put foam on the vehicle. And then we're gonna use Carpro's Reset as our contact wash. Now, this one is pH neutral, this is closer to pH neutral as well. And this soap is specifically formulated for ceramic coated cars. So both of these are great options. Cerakote says in their instructions that you only need to use a high quality soap, which both of these are. So there shouldn't be an issue with that. Now, we're not gonna put any maintenance topper because we just wanna see how the coating does on itself. And please don't forget to subscribe. Every like, every subscription, every comment really helps us out. We're a small channel and this helps us out so that we can continue producing videos for you like this. Thank you so much. So first, let's see how it works on the glass. We're gonna do here the roof. And as you can see, it's doing amazing. Very tight water beading and quick water repellency, quick water sheeting. Again, we can see that there. Now we go ahead and use it on the hood. Same thing. Great sign so far. We're gonna use this quarter panel here. This lower panel over here by the door. Wow, really good water beading and water sheeting. Yep, so far so good. So now we're gonna do our pre-foam and then our contact wash. Okay, so it's hard to convey on camera, but it's very slick. And as you wash it, you can kind of see a little bit of the hydrophobic properties because it will start to repel even the soap. And it's almost nearly impossible to convey on camera. But yeah, this coating is super slick and it's a pleasure when you wash a vehicle that's newly ceramic coated or ceramic coated in general, because there's little to no friction that needs to be applied. The wash media just glides. It's really a pleasure. And that's when we say that washing your car becomes easier. It's because of how easy it slides. And as you can see here, I had just put the soap and now it's clear, right? So you can see there how it's starting to repel the soap. And yeah, it's so far, it's really great. I'm really digging it. And now, of course, it's only 2 weeks and it wasn't too crazy dirty. Again, it is daily driven, but now we're gonna rinse off and see how it reacts after we rinse it off. Okay, so after the contact wash, let's check the hydrophobics one more time. Look at that. Great hydrophobic properties. We're gonna do the hood here. Look at that. Amazing. We're gonna do vertical panels like the door panel. Usually this lower rocker is where the most traffic film and coatings usually fail first. But as you can see, still 100% strong. Again, it's only been 2 weeks, but so far so good. One more panel here, the trunk. Or we're gonna do this part of the trunk here. As you can see, no issue. The only issue I had and mistake, the one con that I don't like, is a lot of ceramic coatings you can apply it to plastic black trim and it will restore and protect it. In this case, you can't really tell, I guess you have to see it in the sunlight, but it definitely did not restore it at all. It kind of just provided a hydrophobic layer, but it's still grayed out, so I don't really like that. So they do have their trim restore wipes, which are the best in the industry, but their ceramic coating, at least in my testing, did not work great on plastic trim. Other coatings do work great because they do restore and protect, but not this one. So I just want to show you after you rinse the vehicle that tight water beading is the only thing that remains on the vehicle. So it is very hydrophobic. For this test, we're gonna dry the vehicle. We're not gonna use any topper or anything like that, but we are gonna use a drying aid. In this tiny little bottle, I have DIY's rinseless wash. So we're gonna use that just to give it a little lubrication as we glide the towel. Do you really need it? Not necessarily. Some people like to blow dry their ceramic coated cars, but to be 100% transparent, blowing drying the car is not the most effective at drying. You still kind of have to touch it up with the towel. So I'd rather just do it from the beginning with the towel using a drying aid like a rinseless wash. So again, for drying, we're gonna use DIY rinseless wash as a drying aid and lubricant, and the rag company's Guantlet towel. So I know this thing is tiny, but I couldn't find another bottle, okay? And you just go over the whole vehicle. So far, so good. No problem at all. I don't really have to apply any friction. The little friction that I apply is only because this towel is very big and heavy. I prefer smaller ones. I get the same Guantlet towel, but in a smaller version, just because it's more manageable. And I don't mind using two instead of one huge one. I don't really like using one big one. Sometimes it drags on the floor and stuff like that. So, okay, so here's my conclusion and closing remarks when it comes to Cerakote's Professional Ceramic Coating version 2 or the revised version. So as you saw, the hydrophobics are strong. The cleaning, self-clean properties, which kind of is the hydrophobic properties, they're all great. Very tight water beading. So far so good. So in about 3 months or 6 months perhaps, I am going to use an iron remover and possibly an acidic soap or a very alkaline soap just to clean the vehicle a lot more, because it does sit outside. It is gonna get industrial fallout embedded onto the clear coat. Ceramic coatings do help and reduce the rate, but they do not completely stop the industrial fallout from getting embedded onto the clear coat. So if anybody tells you otherwise, that's not true. In real world, real testing, you still get embedded contaminants even if you wash it regularly. So we're gonna see, how does the coating last when using a little more stronger chemicals, right? Proper chemicals for the correct application, because they do need that. It is gonna need a decontamination wash in the near future, but we'll see how the durability is. I think that's the main question most people wanna know and the main question most people have, and also the longevity, right? How long does it last? Now that's very subjective. It really comes down to maintenance condition, environment, so on and so forth. So that is kind of like a give or take. Even coatings that say they last 9 years, 7 years, they don't really last 9 years, 10 years. Everybody knows that. So people who are still trying to sell you that, unfortunately, they're lying to you. It's very unfortunate. I myself used to buy into all that hype. I was like, oh wow, 7 year, 9 year, 5 year. They don't really last that long. Even if you, the only way is if it's a show car, right, that never gets driven and is garage kept, maybe in that circumstance. But for most cars, they will not last that long. And it's okay. It's okay because you can reapply a coating, no problem. The main purpose of a coating is to protect the clear coat from UV damage. Really, that's the main thing. Now, if you applied this coating or the first version, drop it in the comment section. Let us know when you applied it, how long it's been, how it's reacted, what kind of environment you live in, so we can see and compare and contrast. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and again, we're a small channel. We really need and appreciate your help and support, so subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you so much.